Good evening. I'm Cindy Laurie Rose, Professor of Psychology, and it is my pleasure to announce Katherina Nikzad Terhune, alumna from the class of 2003, as the recipient of the 2014 Research Achievement Young Alumni Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievement through innovative research. Tonight, we honor Katie for her extensive clinical and academic contributions in the field of gerontology and social work through her research on Alzheimer's disease and family caregiving. Katie and I first met during summer registration before her freshman year, and it was my good fortune that I happened to be advising that particular summer session. Immediately, I recognized that she was a student with a promising future ahead of her. She was excited about beginning her studies, and she was clearly bright, but more importantly, she was poised and exuded a warmth uncommon in such a young adult. I quickly recruited her to work in my attention laboratory, and Katie served as my research assistant from her freshman through her junior year. Together, we published a peer-reviewed article that appeared in the European Journal of Personality. In addition to taking classes and spending countless hours in the laboratory, Katie worked at the Alzheimer's and Dementia Unit at the Altercare Nursing Home in Westerville to pay her way through school. She would attend classes in the morning after she completed a night shift at Altercare. Those were long, hard days, but she flourished. She derived great satisfaction from her work at Altercare and continued to excel in her studies. In fact, Katie won the 2001, 2002, 2003 awards at Otterbein for the highest GPA in her class. As an honors student, Katie designed a most creative and ambitious thesis that allowed her to develop further her interest in gerontology. Working with Laura Bennett Murphy and myself, Katie designed an enrichment program for patients on her unit at Altercare, incorporating such activities as arts and craft and singing. And please let me be clear, the enrichment program did not occur in the middle of the night while she was working. Katie worked the night shift, took classes during the day, and then went back to Altercare to oversee the enrichment program in the late afternoon. She might have a few hours of downtime to do homework before she headed back off to work again. Beyond the fact that Katie didn't sleep during this time, this project was an enormous undertaking. I will highlight only a few of the challenges she faced. Securing ethics approval and obtaining informed consent for these patients, designing enrichment activities, and finding students to volunteer to assist in executing those activities. Developing a task that was an appropriate pre- and post-test assessment of cognitive function in Alzheimer's patients, and finding a control facility where she could administer the pre- and post-test assessments without the enrichment program. And she managed to do that and more. The findings from her research were impressive. Patients receiving the enrichment program maintained greater attentional focus than those without the program. Katie's hard work earned her an outstanding honors thesis award that year. And importantly, she was admitted into the renowned gerontology PhD program at the University of Kentucky. Just to give you some reference, this is the place with famous nun study that has gotten so much attention. In only Katie's style, with that endless reserve of energy, Katie decided to pursue 2 degrees at the same time. So while working on her PhD in gerontology, where she focused on Alzheimer's disease and caregiving, she simultaneously earned a master's degree in social work. Along the way, she won the very prestigious John A. Hartford Doctoral Fellowship in 2007. Currently, Katie has her own clinical practice in Lexington, where she counsels family caregivers, among other patients, and she is an adjunct professor at the College of Social Work at the University of Kentucky. It is important to note that Katie was nominated for this award by her husband, John, who clearly supports her work and commitment to her field. And it appears that Katie continues to thrive with a hectic schedule. She and John are parents to 6 beautiful and active children. Katie, will you please come forward to accept your 2014 Alumni?
Thank you, Dr. Rhodes, for that beautiful introduction. And thank you all. I feel so privileged and grateful to be given this award tonight. My experience at Otterbein was one of the most joyful and evolving times in my life. I do not believe that any other institution could have provided a more thorough and substantial education. The infrastructure of Otterbein University and the dedication of the faculty in the Department of Psychology and in surrounding departments provided the ideal formula for the development of intellectual ability, critical thinking skills, and competency to create change. Dr. Rhodes discussed that memory back in the fall of 1999 when we first met, and I remember that day clearly. I originally was not allowed to be in the honors program because my ACT score was, I believe, one point too low. And that really upset me because I knew I could do it. So I talked to Dr. Rose on that day in fall of 1999 asking permission to be part of the honors program, and she approached Dr. Nancy Woodson about it, who said absolutely, let her in. And that was such a turning point for me because had I not been able to complete the honors program and do my research, I don't know that I would have ever pursued my gerontological research. It was through that research with my Alzheimer's clients and their caregivers that I really developed a love for gerontological research, and that paved the way for my doctoral work. So thank you, Dr. Rose and Dr. Woodson, for saying yes and not letting that 1 point prevent me from completing my honors work. While here, I was given many opportunities, very gracious opportunities. I had the opportunity to travel, to lead, to execute my own research, to speak at conferences, and to publish. What a gift. And what better way to return this great privilege than to honor my beloved institution and its faculty by utilizing my abilities that were given to me here to generate change for the greater good. President Kendall, to the wonderful faculty in the Department of Psychology, Dr. Rose, Dr. Laura Bennett-Murphy, Dr. Kraft, Dr. Acker, Dr. Hatter, Dr. Sponsor, and to other faculty who played such a large role in my life, John Buckles, Lois Sudi, Dr. Doherty, and to my wonderful and supportive family, thank you kindly for this privilege.